We begin with a nigun, which is a melody that has no words. So we should all be able to sing it here together. And hopefully you'll be able to pick it up. And if we see that your mouth is not moving, we'll come a little closer.
The words are yai, lai, lai, lai. Your turn.
Yai, lai, lai, lai.
Wonderful. You're going to do great. Yai, lai, 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 lai. One more time. Yai, lai, 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 lai. One more time. Oh, one more time is not part of the words, Rabbi.
Sorry.
It's yai, lai, lai. Here we go. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Here's the second part. Yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. There you go. Oh, you sound good. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Here we go. Yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. One more time. Yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Watch me. Lai, 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 lai. You have trained them well.
No, it wasn't me.
Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Faster. La, 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 la. Yai, la, yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la. Yai, la, 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 la.
Does everyone feel warmed up? Are you ready to sing a little bit more?
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay.
So everyone's all warmed up, but everyone has come from all different places in your cars. It's a little warm outside. It's nice and chilly in here. And I'd like everyone to think of one thing that happened this week that was just unbelievable. Whether it was 75 Mrs. Ropers, that was pretty unbelievable. I've never seen it before, and I hope to see it again on Purim. Or whether you were able to dine at someone's table who prepared excellent food, or whether you were able to connect with a young bar mitzvah student. But think for a moment of something wonderful and hold it in your mind and take a deep breath in and bring in Shabbat with that deep breath. And then blow it out. Shabbat is about calm, joy, rest, and peace. And tonight, hopefully, we'll find a way to get you in that place so that you can take tomorrow and have a day that you're able to breathe from everything that's happening. And that maybe you don't have the television on, and maybe you go outside and you go in the water or you go to sail, and it's a beautiful, magnificent Shabbat with you. So we begin on page 121 with the blessing of the candles. And we invite forward at this time Jackie Schiller and Sheila Levitt.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Wow, I need one of these. Don't show Brian. Don't need one of these. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We are on the bottom of page 122.
Vintages last month.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei bria ka'afen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hikivanu zikaron u'maaseh b'reishit ki hu yom tehilah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki banu v'acharta v'tanu kidashta mikohamim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen.
L'chaim, to life.
Chaim. Okay, let's drink.
Thank you so much, Sheila and Jackie. I just wanted to point out a couple things, that we've put all the prayers for Kiddush and the readings all on one separate page, so that when you come up, you don't need to bring your book. You can just look at this sheet that we have here and read from there. And that we've pivoted to white grape juice to save the bima in case of any spills.
And my talit.
We turn in our prayer books to page 138, and we'll let you find your page. Lecha Dodi was written in Sfat in Israel. If you've ever been to Sfat, it's up on a hill. It's almost high in the clouds. The entire town is painted different shades of blues. It's one of my favorite places to go in Israel, and it's an artist colony. But it's where Kabbalat Shabbat, receiving Shabbat, was started. And this piyut, this poem, was written by Shlomo Alkabetz. He did it as an acrostic, and his name was very long, and so we don't have all the full verses here, but if we did, we would start and we'd be here for the rest of the night singing. So we're going to be singing verses 1, 5, and rise for verse 8, and face the door to welcome the Shabbat bride.
Bene
hearts and face the door.
Believe Shalom Aseret Bala Dam Besimcha Usola Toch Emuneam Setula Boi Kala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabla
We remain standing and face forward and turn to page 146 for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaLevorach Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
We continue in the Hebrew on page 148 with Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Yifra'u Ma'ariv Aravim B'chokhma Poteach Sha'arim Uvitfuna Meshanei Itim Umachalif et Hasmanim Umisader et Kochavim B'mishmerotehem Barakia Kirtsono Borei Yom V'Laila Golel Or Mipnei Choshech V'Choshech Mipnei Or
Umavir Yom Umevi Laila Umadil Ben Yom Uvelayla Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El-Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Hamariv Aravim.
We continue with the Shema, which is found on page 152. The Shema is the watchword of our faith. It reminds us that there is one God. And as you see in your prayer books, the ayin in the Shema and the dalid, the last word, in the achad are larger. And together they spell the word aid, which means witnesses. And every day we serve as witnesses to God's creations, and especially when we open our eyes and see the beauty around us, whether it's something in nature, whether it's watching a child smile or clap their hands, whatever it is, we are witnesses to God's creation.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We turn to the top of page 157, and I'm going to invite the Cantor side to start with the first paragraph, my side to start with the second paragraph, and the third paragraph we read together as one community.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot.
That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Mi Chamocha, 158.
You know these words already.
Amen. We turn to page 160 for singing Hashkivenu.
You'll notice that these words are on the other side of the page, the English side. This composer, Noah Aronson, decided to take a whole bunch of the words on the left side of the page and set them to music. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
On page 164, we find the beginning to the tefillah, the prayer, or the amidah, the standing prayer, and we invite all those who are able to stand to do so at this time.
Adonai sefatai tiftach uviagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el Ata Adonai, Magid Abraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol, Ata Rav le'hoshia, Morid Ata, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishene afar, Michamocha va'akivurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot ha'kol, Baruch ata Adonai, Mechayeh ha'kol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Uv'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalalucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
Please be seated. We are on page 175. We take moments of silent prayer.
180.
We have a very special treat tonight. We have 3 young women, young ladies, who are going to receive their Hebrew names, and we invite their families up on the bima with us tonight, the Carter, Fisher, and Jennings family. And I'd like to invite up 4 tall people.
Self-select.
Talbot? Sorry.
Margo, you're tall. Great.
Ooh, we got our fill.
Can't be tall for nothing, you know?
I'm absolutely not tall. I'd like to invite the families to please come and stand under the chuppah. So traditionally, when you stand under a chuppah, you're getting your Hebrew, you're getting married, right? But this time it's to get your Hebrew name. And you all have very special Hebrew names. And we've had the chance to play together in bagels and blocks. What do you say, Sloan? You waving to everyone? Look, everyone's going to wave back. And Lily, we welcome you to our community tonight. So you guys are going to get very special Hebrew names. And I just want you to know, Sloan, are you ready for this? That when you become ready to become a bat mitzvah in many, many years from now, and you're working with Cantor Lebovitz, you could say, we were here on the same night. I got my Hebrew name. So before we announce your Hebrew name, I'm going to ask your parents to share some words with you about who they're naming you after. And who would like to go first?
You just go first. Okay, go first.
They're all cousins, I should say. They're all cousins.
We're siblings. Yeah. You do it, yeah.
Dear Sloan Cameron, to our firstborn and the daughter that started our family. Sloan means warrior and Cameron means of the hills. After overcoming several rounds of IVF, you were the one to make us parents. You were, and still are, the source and symbol of so much strength and resilience. Oh yeah?
Sloan will be giving the sermon this evening.
She will. The home we lived in when you were born is under the hills of the Highlands, the town we started our family in. So the term warrior of the hills seemed perfectly fitting. Your Hebrew name, Eliana Shai, means God answered with a gift, and what a gift you are. Sloan, you are so sweet and silly. You say, I love you, Mommy and Daddy, every chance you get. You sing little songs you make up, and you have an intense curiosity that we hope never dims. You love to play doctor and dentist and princess, and you care deeply about your sister. You are thoughtful, sensitive to what others are feeling, and fiercely determined to get what you want. May that also never change. You gave us the gift of becoming parents, but we realize how much of a gift you are to everyone around you. May you always shine this bright.
And Sloan and I have had a great time playing together in bagels and blocks once a month. It's been wonderful. Right, Sloan?
Dear Vivian Quinn, our joie de vivre. Vivian means life in French and Quinn means wisdom. Your name is roughly translated to a life of wisdom. Vivian came about because we kept calling you our joie de vivre, our joy of life, before you were even born, and full of joy and life you are. Your Hebrew name is Shoshana Michal. Shoshana means rose, and Michal means God made you unique. So it roughly translates into God made you as unique as a rose. The name rose and the symbol of roses runs through the family, but specifically this rose refers to your great-grandmother Dolores, who is the second daughter and who's very much her own woman, never happy to be in the shadow of her older sister. There's a quote by Shakespeare, though she be but little, she is fierce. At 5 months old, your personality is already shining through. Oh. You are quick to keep up with your older sister, already moving across the room at light speed. You are bubbly and smiley and have already shown a distinct personality as bright as your big blue eyes. We cannot wait to see you continue to grow and watch your personality develop. You have already lived up to your name and you are a complete joy to be around, and we can already tell you are determined to be your own woman. To both our beautiful girls, we felt strongly that you both be given names in Hebrew and English that carry deep meaning. May you continue to grow into who you are meant to be and keep the traits God has given you. May you always feel the love as strong as you are surrounded by today. May God remain in your life, and may that faith always guide you, even when reason fails. We love you as you are and for whoever you become. Love, Mom and Dad.
Oh, thanks. In Judaism, a name is more than just an identifier. It becomes part of your identity, your story, and how you're known by the world. And we're really proud that your names honor the memories of two incredibly special people. We chose your first name, Lily, to honor the memory of your great-grandmother, Lily, a survivor of the Holocaust and then communist Cuba. She went through unfathomable hardship in her life, but didn't let that define her. She never saw herself as a victim. Lily always looked towards the future and worked hard to rebuild her life multiple times. She was warm, resilient, and fiercely dedicated to her family. To her, Judaism meant being a mensch and treating others right. We hope you'll carry on her courage, her strength of character, her creativity, and her kind heart. I loved her very much, and I know she's looking down with immense pride.
We chose the middle name Eden and the Hebrew name Eden to honor your grandpa Ed. In Hebrew, Eden carries a lot of meaning. In the book of Genesis, Eden is the region where God planted Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden, a place of extraordinary beauty, abundance, delight, and peace, where humanity first lived in God's presence. Your grandpa Ed strived to live on his own, to live in his own Garden of Eden. He never chased any superficial goals. Rather, he valued freedom, creativity, and community. He sought out peace, purity, and I remember having a lot of conversations about him with morality. In fact, on our last visit to your grandpa Ed's place, we admired his garden. He had more than a dozen giant bird feeders, a willow tree, and a hot tub in a small space in his backyard. There is so much bird seed that flocks of birds would gather around this one single willow tree that he had, taking turns eating the seeds. We spent a lot of time watching, naming, and imitating the birds that stopped by. I hope you carry the same values of peace and abundance that my dad and your name share.
When doctors told us that it would be impossible to get pregnant and that we had no treatment options, we always maintained a glimmer of hope. That glimmer was your origin. Your existence is nothing short of miraculous, and in your 9 months with us so far, you've already brought us the most joy and fulfillment that we've ever experienced. You are life's greatest blessing. Even though you're still so new to the world, we can already see that you are a force to be reckoned with. You've come into our lives with an adventurous spirit, content no matter if we schlep you in a kayak, on a bike, or on a long hike.
You have a confident, outgoing energy that lights up the room and delights friends, maybe not as much as Sloan. Family and strangers, we can already tell that you aren't just going to walk through life, you're going to explore it, challenge it, and conquer it on your own terms. As you grow, we hope that you'll be kind in heart, strong in character, curious in mind, and generous in spirit. Qualities that come from the people you're named after. We hope that you'll have the courage to stand up for what's right, confidence to become exactly who you're meant to be, and that you value relationships with your friends and community.
You are the great-granddaughter of 4 very strong Holocaust survivors, 2 of whom are joining via live stream. Your life is a triumph and a continuation of your relatives' lives who were cut short. We're very proud of your Jewish roots and hope that you'll come to build your own connection and ties to Judaism and Israel, and that you'll grow up to be a mensch who embraces the Jewish value of tikkun olam, helping to repair the world. Thank you to our families for being here today and for the endless love and support that will help shape the person that Lily Eden will become. And thank you so much to this wonderful community for welcoming us to share this special milestone with you. Shabbat Shalom.
So, Sloan, do you want to come up and get your certificate with your Hebrew name on it?
Sloan.
Uh-oh. Come this way, go get your special paper. So this has your Hebrew name on it, written in Hebrew and English, and your Hebrew name is attached to your parents' Hebrew name, and it always will be. And it has the date that you're born in English and Hebrew, and it looks like it's Noah's Ark with a beautiful rainbow. So I'm going to give these 2 to you, and this is to you. And Cantor, we're going to bless you with the priestly benediction. May God bless you and keep you. May the talents that you have and the light that you have always shine through you to help other people.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
May you be granted the greatest gift of all, the gift of shalom, of peace, and of shlemut, a sense of knowing who you are at every stage in your life. May you 3 grow into very strong women, right? Like your mommies. And may you know that you can always make a difference in the world just with a smile. So we're going to join together in Siman Tov Mazel Tov.
Siman Tov Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Yehelanu, 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 Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol
want to take your kippah? You can wear that and take all, once you get, there's an elephant and a crown. And I'm going to invite you all to drop the huppah. And you guys can go back to your seats. Thank you so much. Back and play.
Clearly Sloan wants to be a rabbi. Yeah, or Cantor. It's true.
We turn in our prayer books to page 364 for Seder Kriyat HaTorah, and we invite you to stand if you're able. Please be seated. Except for all those who are on the Cantorial Search Committee, we invite you to come up and help lead us in the blessing before and after Torah. We are going to turn.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yes?
Most likely. Shabbat. Where's my Zelle? I went the wrong. Ah, this one works the other way.
Yes.
Got it.
So this week we have a
learning.
double portion. And in that double portion, Hukat,
Nicole.
no, Matot Ma'aseh, it talks about the journeys that the ancient Israelites make. And it mentions every stop along the way. And we would think that Sinai would be right in the middle, the high point of the journey, but it's the third stop in. And every name of every place that we stop has a significance. But I'm going to talk a little bit later about how it's the small moments that happen in each parasha, in each place that they went to, that truly make a difference. So between us, we both forgot to roll the Torah. So we are rolling it
Things
right now.
I'm learning that go on my list. I'm guessing. There it is.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. We are on page 1223, and you read the Torah commentary. We invite everyone to.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
close.
thank you.
It's under this.
Everyone have? Yeah. I'm moving out of the way so that you can all surround.
Okay, come on in. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim, V'natan Lanu et Torato, Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai Moshe lemor, Nekom nikmat b'nei Yisrael me'ed hamidyanim achar te'aseh el Midyan. Vaydaber Moshe el ha'am lemor, Hechatzu meidchem anashim latzava, v'yiyu el Midyan latei nikmat Adonai b'Midyan. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Oh, yes, please.
Please rise.
V'zu haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. V'zu haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe.
We remain standing for the Mishaberach, which is found on page 371 in your prayer books. At this time, we think about those in our community who are in need of healing. We think of Larry Needleman, Myra Taxa, Don Schatz, Rose Schatz, Florence Schreiner, Richard Schreiner, Chun Min Lee, Patricia Rosenman, Shirley Wold, Teresa Bruno, Dean Ross, Steve Staffman, Dottie Staffman, and Robert Markoff. If there's anyone else who you're thinking of at this time, please state their name as my eyes meet yours.
Michael Lynch.
Thank you. 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 We continue standing as we return the Torah to the Ark.
It's Chaim hi, lama chazikim ba, v'tom hecha me'ushar, derachecha d'alcheno, v'chon tivotecha shalom, hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chodesh, Chodesh Yabeinu, Chodesh Yabeinu kekedem.
Please be seated. We invite Jackie Schiller, who is head of the Cantorial Search Committee, to share some words with us this evening.
Okay, well, I thought I would get nervous coming up here, but since it's my fourth time up here tonight, I don't feel that bad about it. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Though I've been introduced several times, I'm Jackie. I had the privilege of chairing the Cantor Search Committee over the past year and a half. It's been a while. From the very beginning, we wanted this search to reflect our congregation. Before we posted a job, before we reviewed any application, or interviewed a candidate, we started by listening to all of you. Through congregational discussion groups and community conversations, we asked what mattered most in our next cantor, what qualities you'd hoped for, what kind of leader you envisioned, and what our community needed for the future. Those conversations became our guidepost throughout the entire search process. We built a committee that reflected so many different parts of MRT, longtime members and newer members, past and present leaders, parents of religious school students, past and present, and people with a wide range of experiences and perspectives. But what impressed me most wasn't just who served on the committee, it was how deeply everyone committed themselves to it. Committee members gave up evenings and weekends for phone and virtual interviews, in-person visits, shared meals, community hours and tours, worship experiences, and many thoughtful conversations along the way. After every interview and every visit, we came back to those same congregational priorities. We asked ourselves, how well does this person reflect what our congregation told us it was looking for? When we met Cantor Lebovitz during our virtual interview, there was an energy in the room that was hard to describe. We all walked away thinking, if this is who she is through the screen, imagine what it will be like to experience her in person. It was one of those moments when we realized we had met someone very special. And then she came to MRT. During her musical demonstration, she did so much more than simply lead music and sing beautifully. She truly brought us together. She taught us a new melody, invited us to sing with her, demonstrated her musical versatility, and shared the thought and intention behind every part of her program. In those moments, we weren't just seeing an accomplished musician. We were experiencing a worship leader who creates community, inspires participation, and leads with authenticity and purpose. It was deeply moving, and it's an experience I still think about often, and I think everyone who was there would agree. As we continued through the rest of the process, everything we learned about her only reinforced those first impressions. Again and again, we saw the very qualities our congregation had described months earlier. We knew we had found not just an exceptional cantor, but the right cantor for MRT. This truly was a congregational effort, and your voices shaped the search from beginning to end. I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who helped make this search successful, especially the members of our search committee who gave so generously of their time, their insight, and their hearts. I just want to take a moment personally to thank each one of you and let you know how much you mean to me personally and how valuable your contributions were. And the whole congregation will experience that, and we've already begun. I'd also like to offer a few special thank yous. First to Rabbi Renee for trusting me and trusting our committee and for giving us the opportunity to help shape this important moment in MRT's future. To Cantor Clissold, if you're watching on live stream, hi. Thank you for your guidance throughout the process and for your unwavering commitment to making sure a thoughtful and seamless transition would occur. And to our board of trustees, and especially Margot, thank you for your partnership, your support, and your confidence every step of the way. Finally, Cantor Lebovitz, and we'll do a phonetics on that so everybody can get it just right. Thank you for saying yes to MRT. We are so grateful you're here, and we can't wait for this next chapter together. So welcome home. Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Just want to share a little bit of Torah. As we prepare to begin the book of Deuteronomy next week, we know that Moses will spend almost an entire book helping the people remember. Standing on the edge of the promised land, he looks back over 40 years in the wilderness and reminds the Israelites where they have been, what they have learned, and where they have come from. But before Moses remembers the journey, we first have to take it in this week's double portion, Bahar Bukutai. This week, the Israelites finally leave Mount Sinai after many years. The cloud lifts above the tabernacle, the silver trumpets sound, and after nearly a year of encamping at the mountain, they begin to move. They travel in stages, stopping and starting, some places a little bit longer than others, pitching and taking down the camp, never quite sure how long they'll remain in one place. When a cloud of God appears before them, they know it's time to travel forward. It's tempting to think that the important moments were Sinai, where they received their Torah, and the promised land they hope to arrive. But the Torah teaches us something that's even greater and deeper. Their faith was shaped not only by the great milestones, but by everything that happened between them. The wilderness became holy because they traveled through it together. Every stop, every conversation, every challenge, every act of kindness, every moment of courage helped transform a group of former slaves into a sacred community. Gratitude begins with memory, and wisdom begins when we discover that the most important chapters of our lives were often written quietly in the spaces between the milestones. Today is one of those milestones in the life of our congregation. Today we celebrate and officially welcome Cantor Lebovitz to the Monmouth Reformed Temple family. She comes to us with wisdom, warmth, joy, a gracious, generous heart, and a beautiful voice that will lift our spirits and deepen our prayers. She is an extraordinary musician, a gifted teacher, and someone who believes, as we do, that music has the power to bring people closer to one another and closer to God. It's especially meaningful that she joins us on a Shabbat at a time where in the Torah we mark journeys. Since 1959, Monmouth Reformed Temple has been on its own sacred journey. Along the way, there have been countless milestones. The founding of this temple, the dedication of this sanctuary, the leadership of Rabbi Sally Priesen, 25 years of Rabbi Sally Priesen, 25 years of Cantor Gabby Clissold, and the rabbis and cantors who have served before us. Generations of B'nai Mitzvah weddings celebrated under the huppah, babies welcomed on this bima, tears shed at funerals, joyous holiday celebrations, and countless Shabbatot evenings just like this one. Those are the moments that we remember because they become the landmarks of our community story at MRT. But really what makes MRT so incredibly special in the congregation we all love happens in the spaces between those milestones. It's found in the friendships that develop over a horrible cup of decaf coffee at the Onig, in choir rehearsals and committee meetings, in our religious school classrooms where children discover our people's stories and learned their first letters of Hebrew. It's found in dancing with the Torah on Simchat Torah, which we will be doing again this year, gathering around Passover tables, celebrating holidays with both reverence and creativity, and the quiet moments that no one really sees. Hospital visits, phone calls, hugs in the hallway, meals delivered to those who are in need, and acts of kindness that rarely make the annual report, but make all the difference in someone's life. That is where our congregation becomes a family, and we excel at this. Over the past 4 years, MRT has experienced lots of changes, starting with me coming in as a rabbi, Michelle Crane coming in as our educator, and now a new cantor. Change is an inevitable part of every congregational story, just as it is a part of every person's life. We don't seek change for its own sake, but every generation is called to write the chapter while honoring those who came before. We stand on the shoulders of those who built this congregation with vision, sacrifice, faith, and love. I know that some of you may wonder what is coming ahead in the next year. The answer is simple. Nothing new this year. Cantor Lebovitz is change enough. We will be bringing back the bulletin, but it will be under a different name, and you will be able to get all of the information about everything the temple offers in one place. And as I told you 4 years ago, you are not alone on this journey. I have already begun to show you over the past couple years what MRT has the potential to become, and Cantor Lebovitz and I will walk this journey with you. It doesn't mean that the past does not exist, because we embrace the past and we learn from the leaders that have allowed us to stand here before you. But we will celebrate with you in moments of joy and stand beside you in moments of sorrow. We will teach, sing, listen, laugh, comfort, challenge, and pray with you. There will be some moments in the future where you'll say, I don't really like this change. And instead of telling everyone else, you'll come and tell one of us that we don't like this change. And we'll say, okay, we'll slow it down a little bit. But our doors are always open, so please come to us instead of sharing it with everyone else in the congregation so that it finally comes back to us through 15 different people. Our commitment to you will remain the same, to be your spiritual partners and leaders, to help every person find meaning in Jewish life, and to ensure that everyone who walks through these doors know that they belong. The most beautiful parts of our shared story have not yet been written. Some of the melodies that we have learned together have not been sung, and the children who will discover Judaism through music that may not have found their voices yet. Sloan certainly has found her voice. There will be tears that will help us comfort and celebrations that will fill the sanctuary with joy. Today's welcome is a milestone, but the true blessing will be everything that happens in between these moments. A musician once observed that the beauty of music lies not only in the notes that they are played, but also in the silent parts between the music. Without the pauses, there's no rhythm, no anticipation, no harmony. The silence is not empty. It gives meaning to every single note. And looking back, I think the same is true of our lives. The milestones become the melody that we remember, but it's in the quiet spaces between them that God shapes our souls. The Israelites did not simply become a people because they stood at Sinai. They became a people because they wandered for 40 years in the desert together. And they learned by making mistakes. And they learned by having their leaders make mistakes and acknowledge it. May we always have the wisdom to look back with gratitude. May we recognize God's presence not only at the destinations we celebrate, but at every place in between the journey. And as we begin this new chapter with Cantor Lebovitz, may we continue to follow God's call, together with courage, with faith, and with joyful hearts. May we continue to create beautiful music together, every note and every silence, every milestone and every ordinary day. May God bless our new Cantor as she begins her ministry among us. May God bless this congregation they are all privileged to belong to and to serve. May the next chapters of Monmouth Reformed Temple's story be filled with faith, compassion, beautiful music, enduring hope, and countless sacred moments that we have learned from generations and leaders before. And one day, may we note that this is just the start of one milestone, but may we always be cognizant of those special moments in between that make us who we are. Shabbat Shalom. It's my great joy to welcome Margot Hassan to the Bima to share with us some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. The recipient of the tzedakah box for July is Interfaith Rise. You can read more about Interfaith Rise on your program. They support community integration and self-sufficiency of newly arrived legal refugees through affordable housing and cultural integration. On July 24th at 7, let's join Temple Shalom of Aberdeen for a Shabbat service at Homedale Park. You bring your own dinner at 6. Please, no alcohol. Too bad. They joined us at the beach. Now let's show them some love, MRT love, at their park service. And this will be the only Shabbat service for that evening. Tonight's pre-service nashes were sponsored by the Carter and Fisher families in honor of their children's namings. Mazel tov to Lily, Cameron, Vivianne, and their families. But don't Sloan, I don't know. The name, got these names wrong, but to the families. Following services, please stay for a special oneg hosted by the Sisterhood to welcome our new cantor to our MRT family. The live stream for this service is sponsored by Wayne Hallard in appreciation of Jackie Schiller's dedication and hard work on the Cantor Search Committee. We had a lot of phone calls and a lot of meetings, and that whole committee really stepped up, and we can see the result. So if you're celebrating a special occasion or observing a loved one's yurt site, we hope you'll consider sponsoring an oneg or a live stream. Contact the main office for more information. Please consider Sisterhood for all your Judaica needs. They have a lovely store, and they're always getting new stuff. MRT is pleased to offer high-quality live streaming for those who can't attend in person. We stream all Shabbat, holiday, and life cycle services. If you've been enjoying our live stream, please consider joining MRT or making a donation through the website. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We continue in our service with Aleinu, which is found on page 586 as we rise, if you're able.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon ha'kol, l'tei gdula l'yatzeh b'reshit, shelo asanu k'klir ha'ratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני המלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה
Please be seated. You may have noticed that we are missing a Torah. It wasn't stolen. It is with a scribe, and the scribe is doing a checkup. And when the scribe came and we went over it 4 times, back and forth, testing the pages, he said that everything looked beautiful. There are a couple letters that need repair. And aside from that, we'll have it back pretty soon. And then he'll look at some of our other Torahs, and we'll be able to have him here in the fall. And we'll be able to watch his process of how he fixes a Torah, how he sews it back together with, this is kind of gross, but desiccated animal veins, which are used to sew the pages together, and with a special ink that comes from the ground. Everything in the Torah is biodegradable, and it can be buried and go back to the ground, but it needs to be buried in a geniza, where all Hebrew books are buried in a Jewish cemetery. Before we turn to Kaddish, I wanted to share with you a poem by John O'Donohue called For Grief. When you lose someone you love, your life becomes strange. The ground beneath you becomes fragile. Your thoughts make your eyes unsure, and some dead echo drags your voice down. Where words have no confidence, your heart has grown heavy with loss. And although this loss has wounded others too, no one knows what has been taken from you. When the silence of absent deepens, flickers of guilt kindle regret for all that was left unsaid or undone. There are days when you wake up happy again inside the fullness of life until the moment breaks, and you're thrown back into the black tide of loss. Days when you have your heart back. You're able to function well, until in the middle of work or an encounter, suddenly with no warning, you're ambushed by grief again. It becomes hard to trust yourself. All that you can depend on now is that sorrow will remain faithful to itself. More than you know, it knows its way and the right time will find to pull the rope of grief until that coiled hill of tears has reduced to its last drop. Gradually, you will learn acquaintance with the invisible form of your departed. And when the work of grief is done, the wound of loss will heal. And you will have learned to wean your eyes from that gap in the air and be able to enter the hearth in your soul where your loved one has awaited your return all the time. And you will be together again. Before we turn to Kaddish, we mention in the period of Shiva, Michael Sargis, in the period of Shloshim, Milton Bagley, Bernard Shagan, Shirley Kipnis, and Pouty Kaufman. And we remember those whose yahrzeit fell this season in years past. David Applefield, Tina Block, George Cook, Bentley Cooper, Mark Copley, William Dorff, Gay Fehrenbach, Reese Franklin, Colonel Morton Grottenstein, Edna Jupiter, Ruth Kaplan, Norma Bialy-Cohn, Leonard Levin, Morris Lieb, Dr. Arthur Lobel, Milton I. Marks, Bernard Merlis, Camille Pratt, George Ruby, Joseph Singer, Seymour St. Leifer, and Charles Wertheim. I'm going to invite everyone to rise on page 589, but before we start the Mourner's Kaddish, if you have a name that you wish to add, I'm going to ask you to state that name aloud as my eyes meet yours. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. On page 598, we recite the ancient Aramaic words of the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon, v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam momei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran v'amal v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
We have a closing song and then we have a blessing. So we turn to page 625 for Adon Olam.
Adon Olam
Asher
malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'ed nasav v'hefsa kol azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado limlok nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh ve'hu yeh b'tifara ve'hu echad צור הבלי ועת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת עוזי ביום אקרא, בידו אפקיד רוחי, בעת תשען וירא, ואם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא.
In a moment, we're going to join together in the Shechianu, so I invite you to put your arms around as many people as you can hold, and it doesn't matter if you don't know them. We are one community.
You're coming over here. Oh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen.
One more time.
Shabbat Shalom, we end with
Shabbat
a
Shalom.
Motzi.
Oh, we have challah.
We got challah.
We've got challah.